Hello and welcome to Women in Retail Talks. I'm Ashley Taradio, Senior Content Strategist at the Women in Retail Leadership Circle. And today I'm joined by Amy Freeman, CEO of the Spice and Tea Exchange, a specialty retail brand that sells fine spices, herbs, blends, salts, and teas via retail stores and an e-commerce website. Today we're going to be talking about how the Spice and Tea Exchange is adapting during the coronavirus pandemic, how the company has had to pivot from an experiential in-store experience to an online shopping platform to continue bringing in revenue, a little bit about Amy's leadership style, and much more. So Amy, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Ashley.
So I gave a brief introduction, but could you tell us a little bit more about the Spice and Tea Exchange and a little bit about the company?
Absolutely. So the Spice and Tea Exchange was founded in 2008. It was during a financial crisis time. And so we have gone through something similar to this and how we adapt. So fortunately for us, that was valuable to us coming into the COVID. But the Spice and Tea Exchange is an experience-based retail boutique spice and tea apothecary style store. We've got approximately 80 franchises scattered throughout the country, and our footprint is 800 to 1,100 square feet. And our opening lines in the store is, please feel free to open the jars and smell. So it's been quite an experience shifting during this COVID time when that is our key line.
Yeah, and that kind of leads me to my first question is, the coronavirus pandemic has us all rattled. So I wanted to see how the Spice and Tea Exchange was adapting, and maybe you could talk through some changes that you've had to make and how you're navigating that.
Yes. So because the majority of our stores, although we were deemed essential, the majority of them closed. We're in high traffic destination locations. And we've made the choice that it was probably best that we did close down a lot of the locations. And so during this time, we really had to switch to our web. And we serve our franchisees first and foremost, and we have always promoted the local shops on the web. But really trying to get creative in supporting our stores and supporting our business, we came together collaboratively, and we made the choice to really push our website, but also promote the local shop owners. And we got creative in how we did our social messaging, and then also on our web, inviting people to come in and select their location that they've visited or that was nearest to them. And we started to give back to the stores a percentage of all of our web sales. And we did that in cash every 2 weeks, sending checks to our local store owners to help support them in their businesses. And then just sharing that on social media and the web has really boosted our web. Even more so than we ever could have imagined.
So I'd love to hear more about what Spice and Tea Exchange has planned for reopening and how that process has looked, what that process has looked like for you guys.
So from the beginning, we incorporated into our plan that we were going to communicate, over-communicate, and continue serving the franchisees first and foremost. So because of the experience, just the full-on sensory experience in our stores, we really are having to shift that and look at that and how are we going to be received by the public, especially because of we're holding the jars, they're opening the lids, they're smelling this, we're blending in store. So in opening up, we had to completely redesign our step-in lines and our thought process of how we are going to sell this product. So we used a collaborative focus and really incorporated the franchisees' experiences in this as well. And we developed and drew up a whole new set of plans. And what we're doing is shifting the mindset and educating ourselves because there is no playbook, our franchisees, and then ultimately the end user. And our goal is to allow the product to still sell itself, but in a safe and protected environment.
So let's shift gears a little bit and let's talk about Amy as a leader. How would your team describe your leadership style, and how is that helping you lead during these uncertain times?
So my leadership style is collaborative. During these times, it has shifted into taking the reins a little bit more so than normal, and leading with calmness and clarity, and really thinking through what we are going to do as quickly as possible. So I would say others would describe my leadership in the past as, all right, let's get together, let's hash this out, and then let's see what cream rises to the top, and then really letting all of the departments and franchisees be involved in that. And this time it really is coming from the top down, and it is, I would give ourselves an A, and I would say that it is because of my leadership style and my executive team's leadership style, and that is over communicate with calmness, and don't act like you have all the answers.
Yeah, that's what we've been hearing a lot on this topic, is that over communicating is key for success right now.
It is. And I think that it's appreciated. We're collecting a tremendous amount of information as leaders, and also being involved with the International Franchising Association and with other CEOs and companies. And so quickly taking that information in and disseminating it through the system in multiple ways and multiple channels. That means not just video, not just through the internet or emails. It's calling up the franchisees and personally talking to them. It's all hands on deck with regard to any way we can get the information in front of the franchisees and the end users. We're testing it out and we're trying it.
Yeah. So now more than ever, it's extra important to have a solid network to lean on. You talked a little bit about your executive team, but do you have any mentors, and how are they helping you navigate right now during this crisis?
I think we're all in the same boat, and so we lean on one another equally. Like I had mentioned earlier, there are no rules in this. There's not, there's historical data, yes, but there's not, it changes every single day what you're supposed to do. And I think that the leaders and mentors are all kind of leaning in together, and we are, again, collaboratively looking at the best and brightest ideas and what's working in systems, and using that within these groups. So the International Franchising Association, again, as I mentioned, is rich with knowledge and podcasts and information, with many, many people contributing like never before. It's been unprecedented, with people are speaking up and sharing their ideas and what's working within their companies. But also there's another small group of leaders here in my own community who have helped me exponentially. And that is a group of bankers, business promoters, who are working real time in Florida. I live in Pinellas County, and they're working hard here. And so I've gained a lot of information and a lot of peace of mind through that group as well. So it's local has been helping me.
Yeah, that's good to hear. So I'd love to end this on a positive note. Some experts are saying the coronavirus will stimulate innovation across all industries. What are some positive ways you think the current climate will reshape retail?
I think it's going to be, well, from my opinion, and what we are talking about right now is really how, more than ever, the relationships are going to be very important, and how we connect with the guests and the customers, and how we make them feel at peace. And I think that there are going to be people who do that very well, and there are people who are going to do that miserably. So I'm hoping that we come out and we do that very well. And that is, we were an experience base. When you walked into our stores, it touched every sense. And, we gave samples and we tested products, and everyone was able to see real-time blending in the store. And I do believe that those things are really going to be curtailed. And it's going to be strong communication with our guests in the end, and conveying the information about our products. So I do believe that is a significant shift in my particular industry, but I think it's going to go across the retail. Every single store out there is, you're going to have to really engage and develop a unique and different kind of relationship with that customer very quickly.
Well, Amy, thank you so much for all your insight and for joining me on this episode of Women in Retail Talks.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening. For more information on this podcast, please check out our podcast channel page at wirlc.com/podcasts for show notes. Women in Retail Talks is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify. Make sure to subscribe on our podcast channel page as well. If you've enjoyed this episode, please take a few moments to rate and review this podcast. Thanks, and until next time, this has been Women in Retail Talks.